Hello everybody, Duckyworth here, and after a week's break on holiday, it is time to commence my next live film reaction. I hope that everybody's had a good week and everybody has been doing well. For me, holiday in Northumberland was really great. Got a lot of good views, photos that I've taken, and have started uploading to my DeviantArt account, and have started having an idea for some new drawings based on my holiday. I've already sketched one, and I hope to have it submitted and coloured in, coloured in and submitted soon. And for my next live reaction that I have planned, it is for a film that I haven't seen for at least 20 years. This is another one of those films that I last saw it when I was a young child, and I'm interested to see how the film holds up now that I'm seeing it as an adult. And it is also a very strange film from what I remember. And to add on to the running record of these really crazy animated films that I've been coming across and reacting to lately, yes, it seems like I have a bit of a magnet for I'm a bit of a magnet for really crazy animation, aren't I? Or at least that I get drawn to them for some reason, because there is, in some cases, there is a kind of charm to be had in how insane and how weird a lot of these things are. I mean, sometimes it works to the entertainment value of a film's favour, like, say, for example, like the Tom and Jerry movie or the first animated Titanic film. Those are not very good films, but I find them to be so bad they're good in a way. And sometimes it doesn't work very well, like a Sausage Party and a Troll in Central Park, which to this day are the worst films that I have reacted to. Not the worst films that I have ever seen, but the worst films that I have reacted to as of yet on my YouTube channel. So this film, I'm not really sure how it's going to hold up. It is the film We're Back, a Dinosaur Story from 1993, and just looking up a little bit of trivia on the film here is animator Rodolphe Guénedin, I hope probably not pronouncing his name right. We're Back was the most difficult movie he ever had to work on in his entire career in animation due to its messy production and the tight deadline keeping them from making the film better, and he said the final product reflects its turbulent creation. And he also says that it was apparently Christmas rushed because they wanted it to directly coincide with Jurassic Park as a family-friendly alternative to it, because it's got a very similar, well, not very similar, but a similar idea for like some of the premises. Dinosaurs going into relatively modern day, the 90s, meshing with humans and how things go downhill in regards to that. This was only Amblamation's second movie, unfortunately, and its lacklustre performance assumed that they would only produce one more movie, Balto, before folding. By that point, Spielberg had formed DreamWorks Animation with Jeffrey Katzenberg and David Geffen, and the three men absorbed most of Amblamation's staff into DreamWorks, leaving the older label stranded. Now, it is a really shame, a really big shame that it's like Amblimation. It's like it just went out on such just went out on like a sour note. As well as this and Balto. The other films that they had was Fievel Goes West as their other one, and I have fond memories of Fievel Goes West. I mean, it is a little bit strange watching it compared to like the tone of how the original American Tale turned out, as it's much more light-hearted and more zany. But I do remember enjoying that film when I was younger, and when I saw it again a few years ago. But yeah, and like Balto, but We're Back, a Dinosaur Story is the only one that I haven't seen lately, so it is time for me to come back to my childhood yet again, and I've found this film on YouTube. Fun fact, I originally bought it in a charity shop for a little bit, but then, just in case I couldn't find it on YouTube, but then I found it on YouTube, so yeah, but at least this way I'll be able to watch it without any problems syncing up with my American fans who watch this on a Region 1, because to my knowledge, this film, which has a runtime of really only 1 hour and 11 minutes, this film is. This isn't a very long one. Yeah, is that the same as yes, an hour 13 minutes it says. So it should sync up all right with my American fans who are watching this film on anyway, that they're watching along with me. So yes, I will start recording this live reaction tonight, and I'll get it compiled, and I'll let you know how it goes. Just before I do, an interesting bit of trivia here. This was based on a book by Hudson Talbot that was released in 1987, and apparently very few people have heard of the book. So I wonder how the book holds up compared to this, or ever Hudson Talbot ever saw the film itself and what they thought of it. Okay, let's get on to the insanity from what I remember, because yes, even as a child I thought this film was pretty weird, and let me just say, films having strange premises in and of themselves isn't bad things. There are a lot of really great films that happen to be like work with outlandish premises or being very strange, but I seem to have just come across a lot of them recently where it's like either they throw in a whole load of weird things like haphazardly, like with the whole Dr. Pablo thing in Dreams Come True, a Mule Mom story, or in the case of Three Caballeros, which is a film that I do enjoy, it non-ironically, it happened to be that it just went a bit pretty off the rails in the last few minutes of it. So and I do remember this film having a lot of crazy moments in it, but sometimes that can add to a film's charm. So let's see if this film manages to do a good job with this. Okay, so I've got the film on YouTube right now, and I'm just about to press start. 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, the Universal logo here, because the main thing I can remember from this film is that I think it was something to do with like some strange kind of cereal that gave dinosaurs intelligence somehow. Right. Didn't we just have the Universal logo? What's this? Oh, unless this was the Amblimation logo here. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. Universal Cartoon Studios. Okay, well, that was a bit strange already, having the Universal logo come up twice. Okay, and here's the Amblin Entertainment logo with a meteor at the front. Okay, let's get on to the... Yes, and there's Amblimation. Oh, file. Did it always have those cartoon sound effects on the logo? I don't remember that at the end of Steven Spielberg Presents. You know, it's funny that Steven Spielberg was involved both with We're Back, a Dinosaur Story and Jurassic Park, both coming out in the same year. John Goodman, Ray Perlman, Ray Levant, Blaze Bitter, was Cronkite, Kenneth Mars, Martin Short, Yodel Smith. Music composed by James Horner, who's always good with music that he gives from what I remember, what I've had with his films. Roll Back the Clock to the Dawn of Time, performed by Little Richard and Tom's, based on a book by Hudson Talbot. Because the thing is, the premise of this film, it does sound like something I've seen on some weird children's books that I've heard of recently. Funnily enough. Like, there's this really crazy one that's called The Dinosaur That Pooped a Planet, or something weird like that. What, Phil Nibbling... How many directors did this film have? Did it have 4 directors? Oh, no wonder it turned out so weird. Okay, and now we're at golf. And, okay, there's a tree. And I vaguely remember this. Something about birds. Okay, you can stop with the sound effects. Using cartoon sound effects once in a while is okay, but going wee, wee, wee over and over again, that is a bit... It gets a bit old. Okay, enough with that sound effect! Oh, hey, we're going to bully our younger brother right in front of our parents. We're smart. Wait. Oh, yeah, great parents here. It's our food. Fight over it. Yeah, we can just leave her unto the litter to die. I mean, I know, sadly, nature, but if anthropomorphizing the birds, it just makes it come across as a bit unfair. Oh yeah, kick him out. And his parent. Oh, oh yeah, and the birds can just have a mom and the mom's just hearing them and doing nothing about it. Yeah, great parents. Oh, where does mom go? Uh, okay, you can stop with those sound effects. I don't hate cartoon sound effects. It's just when they use them over and over and okay. Now we have John Goodman T Rex golfing. Okay. You've seen a T Rex right in front of you and no one's commenting on it? What, does this happen all the time in New York? I will say this, John Goodman is one of those actors that usually, no matter what character he voices, he has a charm to his voice performance. He's one of those. He's a great actor. I really like about John Goodman. Buster. Yes, and she's right up there, not batting an eyelid at this dinosaur that's just hitting golf balls on the ground into the water there. Okay. Why was all right. Yeah, just endanger the birds. Yeah, why not? Oh, well, that perspective looks strange. Just with the ground. And that's someone who doesn't usually draw perspective in his drawings all that well. That's saying something. It just looks a bit strange. All right. I know that T-Rexes have short arms, but he can still hold that golf club pretty well. How big is that golf club anyway for a T-Rex? And they just managed to. All right. Now we're back in prehistoric times where Rex. He's reenacting. He's reenacting a Land Before Time. What? Okay. Leonardo da Vinci blimp. Uh, okay. Okay. Okay, you know the butterfly effect? It's like just killing a butterfly in the past can really affect the future. Well, okay. Well, what is this gonna? How much is this gonna impact? A weird Martian creature coming down and offering a what's that? He looks like a runaway member of the Monstars from a Space Jam. Uh, I can see some of the bits like with the production like being a bit troubled because the quality of the animation seems to be changing somewhat in some of the shots. Like sometimes it's a bit faded. Uh, uh, okay, so he's just feeding the T Rex cereal. When did this turn into a Kellogg's advert? Yeah, this is just like a really strange cereal. Okay, you're just force feeding him cereal. Uh, yeah, okay. Oh, now he's gonna like turn. Yeah, there goes his eyes. You know, it would be pretty funny if he gained intelligence, but he remained in his feral state. Brain grain. Yeah, this sounds like a cereal advert. Just buy our brain grain and you can get smart, just like Rex here. Oh, yeah, great, okay. Uh, what's with his, okay, those expressions were a bit weird. Okay, now we've got, Stegosaurus. A pterodactyl, which isn't a type of dinosaur technically, and wait, was that other one? I don't specifically know that other type of dinosaur. I'll just have to look it up just real quick. Okay, I like his. Oh wait, you just give him Parasaurolophus. That was the other one. No, too easy. That joke's too easy, given that her name's Elsa. I'm not saying anything. And she begins hitting on Rex. Wooga. Uh, these facial expressions, but they look like they had fun drawing them at least, but. Dweeb. Poor guy. Rex, Elsa, Woog, and Dweeb. He got the short end of a stick in terms of names. Bad touch. He's only just arrived and you're already hitting on him and he's not comfortable with it, yeah. Okay. Oh. Why does she always look like she's trying to jump him? Just where did that come from? This looks like the Nautilus from Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Now that I look at it, that mixed with Mark Twain's ship, and and here's the monster Martian guy, and okay, human hands. Oh, what was this guy's name? I can't remember. That is one big lift if you can fit all his dinosaurs. Captain New Eyes. Wait, what was that? He's trying to make people get along with each other. This animation and the backgrounds are really nice. The funny thing is, this guy wasn't he voiced by like a really famous radio host, Walter Cronkite? Oh, okay, a radio that can listen in on people's wishes. Oh, okay, now it's turned into a bubble machine. What? Wait, you had that one wishing to grow a mustache, and you had the one wishing her sister would stop bullying her, and the ones that you're choosing is the one that involves bringing dinosaurs into the future. This is the one that you choose to focus on, Professor. Oh, Captain, rather. I'm mixing him up with his brother, because his brother's a professor, if I remember correctly. So you could help them get the parents back together, or you could help them like settle with bullying in school, and yet you're focusing on bringing dinosaurs from the past to wreak havoc in modern times. Yeah, there we go. That's one that you could focus on. Instead of your weird dinosaur wishes. Okay, I wish I could have a Thanksgiving hat. Okay, uh, now space. Now we're going to go and chase Alice comics, and Mark Twain is going to take them to. He's going to take them to see the mysterious stranger, and this is going to turn really, 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 really disturbing, really, really fast. No, we're going to go to present day. I wonder what mysterious stranger would look like in this art style. Forb. Isn't that the name of like a packaging distribution company? Forb or Forbes? This is going to end well. Dinosaurs being set loose in the modern day, and Jurassic Park kind of shows how this could go downhill. So this is kind of funny that they're both. Steven Spielberg is related to both of these. You barely saw her face. Dr. Julian Bleeb. The Museum of Natural History. Oh, this is him, Professor Scrooge. Nice camera, by the way. I remember that guy frightening me as a child. Driven mad by the loss of his eye. Alright. Well, wait a minute, did I ever use that animation from earlier? Wait, why don't you just take them straight to the Museum of Natural History? You don't want them to cause any... wait, you just... What the heck? Wait, you just shooting them at the airlock? Yeah, I'm with him. What the hell? Oh, yeah, so long, die. We just took three dinosaurs and a pterodactyl from prehistoric times, and now we're just gonna release them into New York City in the future, and we're just gonna leave them to die and come across a kid on a raft. Why don't you take them straight to the Museum of Natural History, you idiot? Okay, now we have your typical 90s boy on a raft heading towards New York City. Well, I mean, we're immediately setting, almost drowning a kid. Yeah, great one, Captain. You're really changing history for the better here. Wait, couldn't you just make a model of the dinosaurs rather than bringing I don't know. I mean, I know it's it's just like fancy, and it's just like a stranger. I mean, I know at least that the animation is just having fun, but it's just. Oh yeah, another kid who doesn't at all react to dinosaurs landing right in front of him. I'm sorry. Louis. Not you. You're not Elsa. Who's her voice actress, by the way? She sounds familiar. While he doesn't react to dinosaurs in front of him, I'm just going to have a look. Felicity Kendall. Wait a minute. She was Barbara Good in The Good Life. That's what I recognise her from. Nice. I recognise her from British sitcoms. That's already giving Elsa points here. Okay, so he's trying to get him to the circus. Okay, so he's trying to get him to the circus from what I could pick up in that scene. Oh yeah, great. Welcome to New York City. The city where every other animated film takes part in. Oh, okay. What was that? Wait, he just looks upwards and then his head just dumped over. Wait, what's in the background there? Okay, that wee sound effect was a bit oddly placed. A kid who looks like he's like 13 operating a fork, operating a crane or a construction equipment. Oh, what was that? Okay, that was all right. That was oh, now he's blowing bubbles. Wait, what was the point of that? You just had him fall into the river. What? Okay, what? Point, purpose. Yes, these things happen. You just come across flipping dinosaurs, and one of them just falls into a river, and then a kid saves them with construction equipment. Uh. Oh. Uh. Once again, why didn't okay. Once again, why didn't Captain New Eyes just drop them off at the museum instead of this pointless detour of citizen endangerment, most likely? Oh yeah, this is going to go well. Once again, just like, while this is already better than the wild, how is it that people aren't noticing dinosaurs walking around New York City? Are people in New York stupid? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to go well. Okay, going through an office building, alright. This film has a thing about flying into people's eyes, don't they? Just like the transitions. Okay, that CGI hasn't aged the best. I mean, the animation's good, but I mean that animation, but CGI was noticeable. Okay, the Macy's Day Parade. Let's hang a Louis. Let's hang a Louis. Oh, okay, a hat. And a little girl crying on the balcony. Yeah, that's pretty much an accurate response to have there. And I'm Lisa Simpson, and I'm lost. Okay, teapot thing. Wait, we just left you home alone without a babysitter? What is it with rich parents in New York City not hiring the proper people hiring the correct people to look after your kids? Okay. So they're both running away to the circus. This is going to go well. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Oh, oh, great, yeah, they just went on holiday and they just left their daughter home alone, their young daughter, without a babysitter. If social services doesn't come in to protect her by the end of this film, then... Oh my gosh, look at that! These parents are horrible! They even took that photo and they just left her like that. I mean, I know that if you're busy and you have a big job, then that should be something, but hire a sitter at least. I mean, they haven't established how important their jobs are, so yeah, leaving a young child like that just all alone like that. Okay, the hat's falling. Oh, and the girl from earlier who wanted that hat that came in randomly. Okay. And there's Lisa Simpson's hat, just there. Oh, so is this going to be like the dinosaurs somehow managing to like grant everyone's gift involuntarily, and their coming here was a good thing? How have people not noticed them yet? There's people right opposite. Okay, you can stop. Can you please stop that wee sound effect? It's beginning to get old. It's already old. Wait, that guy. Oh yeah. Hey, watch where you're going, dinosaur. That's just in front of me. Cecilia Nuthatch. I didn't catch her name the first time. Okay, I can't listen to her without hearing Lisa Simpson. And you, sir, are a baboon! Baboon! Have you been a dinosaur long? Uh, uh, um, bad touch. Bad touch. Why are children giving bedroom eyes to each other? Yeah, great, Rex. Nice to see you're a creep. They're like 10! Okay, that was weird. Why were... Ah! Okay, guy's mouth. Okay, trumpets, people... The parade, more wee sound effects. Woody Woodpecker, Cliff, Arcadia, Snoopy, the little girl from earlier. Okay, they're posing as animatronics. Okay. I legitimately thought that boy was going to say holy shit there. Yeah, and everybody would die if you saw real dinosaurs. Yeah, you realise if dinosaurs were real, everyone would probably be dead. Okay, that was a weird laugh there. Okay, song. Uh, uh, yeah, Rex, this isn't, John Goodman's a good singer. This is just very, very strange. He just jumps into this song like this because he wants them to see real dinosaurs. I'm surprised that everyone isn't running away. Okay. You've barely been here. I mean, I know that kids would find it. I mean, every kid has had a thing with dinosaurs at some point, but this is just. Uh. Uh. Okay. Yeah. Say what? Stop. Uh. Yeah. This comes out of nowhere. Her having the hots for him. Uh. Okay. Oh, that angle when he landed on Spider-Man there. That looked very. Oh yeah, you just walked right past him, you idiot. Okay. Okay, now you're just going to deflate a Diplodocus one. Actually, I heard that as part of the marketing for this, there actually... Oh, look, Jurassic Park. I heard that actually was Rex Macy's Day Parade Parade Balloon... Parade Balloon that... I can't get words out. Oh, it landed. Flattened. I heard it like deflated after it popped. Yeah, what do you expect to happen? Oh yeah, that's a bit of a delayed response there. That was a bit of a delayed response there. I would have thought that this would happen earlier in the film. Where as soon as they notice dinosaurs running around, they just run and scream from carnivorous predators. Okay. Wait, was that Steven Spielberg just running by? I thought I saw Steven Spielberg in a crash. Professor Screw-Eye's Eccentric Circus. Yeah, it looks like a really great place. Yeah, this probably should have happened earlier. Wait, how did they not know? Wait, how did... I thought that Louis knew who was in charge of a circus, didn't he? Or did I miss that? Oh, you idiot! Julian Bleeb, you're an idiot. Or are you just... Blind people aren't stupid, and how do you not notice the... But you can skimp on not noticing the obvious right in front of you. Okay. Now they're just taking vehicles and they're just like riding them around New York City. Apart from Elsa, who's chased by a helicopter and once again flying into the camera because everyone's eyes goes into the camera in this. Where did everyone go? I mean, I know there are dinosaurs there, but this place looks very bare all of a sudden. Okay. Now he's going to a deli, and because that's his only character trait, a big one who likes eating, he just goes into the hot dogs. Okay, now he's going into... how do people not notice? How have they not... yeah, okay. Okay, that guy just noticed... Oh, okay, well, they did one thing right. Send burglar into a police station and... okay, this is... It just occurred to me, this feels strange. Yes, get to her, finally! 90% of this film could have been cut out if Captain New Eyes had just done the smart thing and taken them directly to the museum instead of all this madness. Yeah, all of this is on him. All of this is on New Eyes for being a stupid, idiotic dolt, and everyone else for not noticing dinosaurs about, and Julian Bleeb. Okay, yeah, I think you're probably going to need more backup than just a few guys just there. I hope that they haven't caused any... those are some nice backgrounds that I've got there. You know, one thing I've noticed, apart from Rex wanting to improve the lives of children, there isn't really much character going on for these, are there? I mean, okay. I mean, Elsa has a crush on Rex. Yeah, sure. Okay, they just managed to get to a Central Park that way for teleporting via explosion and... Oh no, Gnorga's been here. That's why this place is derelict. Quick, get out of here before we come across Stanley. Why does that look like Sydney Opera House? That circus tent looked like Sydney Opera House. Okay, how far am I into this film? Okay, 34:28, the timestamp is. I'm about halfway through it. I can't really say a whole lot about this so far because, once again, this film is just... It's just nuts. Every single thing about it is just like... It's just really, really... Really strange. And, again, how much of this could have been skipped if New Eyes had just taken them straight to the Museum of Natural History anyway, instead of all this stupidity, just dropping them into the city for no reason. I hope he's going to get like a big bill after this, like for all the damage that he's done. But there are some fun bits in this. It's like I do like the animation. I do like the voice acting for it so far. And I mean, even though there are some inconsistencies, like with the animation quality, it's still pretty impressive. It's just the things just seem to rush about, and there's not really much time for like a whole lot of I mean, it both seems to be one of those strange films where it's like rushed in parts and taking its time too much with things. It's like they have that one scene where they just like all fly about New York City and cause havoc that no doubt is going to have no repercussions. And you also have that one scene where Rex just falls into the Hudson River and then he just has to be fished out, and that did nothing. And but when it comes to the whole thing about Rex and stuff, I would have liked to see. Hopefully, we'll flesh it out a bit more in the second half. But we're already halfway in, and it's not bad, but it's just odd. It just feels strange. I don't like it so far. I don't hate it so far. It's just meh so far. But it's at least better than some of the things that I've seen. So I'm just going to take... Okay, so during the break, I just did a little bit of research further onto the film, and I found out that Dweeb... I can't get over that name. Poor guy, Dweeb. That's the name I chose. Anyway, he was voiced by Charles Fleischer, who voiced Roger Rabbit and Benny the Cab, and two other voices, but sorry, I can't remember. I just looked it up on a Wikipedia page just while I was just getting myself a drink. And he voiced Dweeb. That's cool. Quite a few names I recognise in this, and I actually looked up Professor Screw Eyes. Let me just get it back up here. His voice actor is one that I also remember, Kenneth Mars, and he was the guy who voiced King Triton in The Little Mermaid, and Foot's grandfather in the Land Before Time series, and King Colbert in Thumbelina. Those are the ones that I recognise him as. But he was also in a lot of. He was also in two of. He was also in two of Mel Brooks' films. He was the deranged Nazi playwright Franz Liebkind in The Producers, and Police Inspector Hans Wilhelm Friedrich Kemp in Young Frankenstein. So I'm recognising quite a few voices in this. So that's cool. That's cool that I recognise people in this, and I think the clown that's coming up, Stubbs was his name. I think he's voiced by Martin Short. So yeah, more names that I recognise. And I also looked up apparently Julian Bleeb, the loon who apparently can't notice dinosaurs going right in front of her, who was also who can join the idiot who decided to just dump dinosaurs in the sea instead of taking them straight to the museum, was voiced by apparently a chef. A TV chef, Julia Child. I never watched any of the things myself, but that's an interesting bit of trivia. Okay, so let's get back to watching the film. And the timestamp is 34:28, and we and Cecilia have just come across Gnorga's havoc that she's just wrecked on Central Park, and Professor Screweyes finding that the decor of Central Park now suits his twisted circus, has decided to set up shop here. that's my headcanon, at least. And he gained more inspiration from it after watching Gnorga and Lort chase after Rosie and Gus on tricycles, but he decided to cut the tricycles out because it was too ridiculous. Okay, let's get on to it. 3, 2, 1, play. Play. Wait. How does the poster have electricity? Yeah, and these two just seem to. They've only known each other for like a few minutes. Okay, that sound effect kind of ruined the tension that you were going for there. There's a time and place for cartoon sound effects, but only for comedy. That wasn't supposed to be comedic. Did those leaves just disappear there? There's the circus. Oh yes, we're just coming across Madam. What's it? Ugh. Okay. What are those guys from? This looks like the leftovers from Mommy Fortuna's carnival in Last Unicorn. What is it? What is it with the love interest in this? Just falling in love with them over just like a few minutes. And what was with her expression there? That looked very strange. Yep, here's the Martin Short clown. And Professor Screweyes doesn't seem very intrigued at all with his act. Wait, this is supposed to be a scary circus. What's this guy doing here? As far as clowns, as far as clowns go, he actually has got a charming design to him. Okay, for an actual clown, that's yeah, that's it. Stubbs. Professor Screweyes, I remember him having a genuine. He does manage to be genuinely intimidating with his design here. I'll say, especially with his eye. Wait, how many times have this happen? Yeah, I think you should. Yeah, especially if there's crows like looking down at you. Oh. Oh, he's scared of crows. I remember that. Wait a minute, I thought he said he didn't want kids. Okay. Uh, oh. Okay. Blood. He signs his contracts in blood. This went compared to the insanity from what happened earlier. This is very strange to just jump straight into signing contracts in blood, and how dark it got. Oh, okay. So now you're just going to obviously going to trust this man with signing contracts with your blood too. Naughty boys delight. What is this, Pleasure Island from a Pinocchio? Wait, I thought he said he didn't want any kids here. Uh, it's funny how he's actually like he seems to be a pretty jumpy man, considering the fact that he's surrounding himself with fear. And I like the idea of these two brothers like being magicians who one of them's good, the other one's evil. One of them has dreams, and the other one deals in fear. Yeah, what did he want these kids on this circus area? Did I miss that? I love this. I love this background detail here. Oh, this is a cool setting for this eccentric circus. Oh, so he's got his own radio as well. This film, I feel like, is something that's kind of like a load of interesting ideas. Fright radio. It's got really cool ideas, but they seem to just be thrown together oddly. Well, if you have a circus and people pay you to see it, then it's just like horror cinema. So yeah, it's just like and he's actually smarter about it than New Eye is going about it. So yeah, the villain's smarter than the hero. Screaming Mimi. Was that what I said? Ugh. Okay, ghostly kids. Oh. Looks like paracetamol. Brain drain. Okay, so it's something that reverses brain drain. Ugh. Like, what happened to his eye, by the way? He's just got all his magic powers in his eye that can hypnotize them. Ugh. It's so beautiful. Ugh. Now, hopefully, we don't throw in a wee sound effect during retention. Oh, come on, film! You ruined the mood right there just with a wee. Oh wow, that was fast. I didn't even swallow it. Okay, so it devolved. It devolves them into monkeys. Oh, you know it's. You know, it would be funny if they gained intelligence, but they still remain savage. Hells are popping. Oh, okay. You know, as weird as this film is, it's like I think John Goodman. I think some of the emotional bits like this, it does work. Some of the bits like that, like the sacrificing themselves to save the children. Once again, this bit is legitimately heartfelt. And once again, it's a bit like Pebble and the Penguin. It's like even though there are some really crazy bits but that just feel a bit weird with how everything meshes together. It's like the heartfelt bits and like some of the character interactions. It is legitimately I do see genuine charm in this. It's just some of the execution just feels a little bit odd. I like that animation there of them reversing back to their human cells. You know, have you ever thought that Louis looks a little bit like a Max from Goofy movie, but humanized? Ah, and there he goes to get himself lobotomized and turned into a monster again. I heard there was a deleted scene. You know that bit when they have like the brain grain shoved down Rex's throat and he pretty much gets forced to become smart? Yeah, that's another bit. The villain is forcing them to become dumb and savage again, but the hero was basically kidnapping them anyway and forcing them to become smart anyway, so he's not much better. And once again, he could have caused a lot of damage, so there you go. And anyway, there was like a deleted scene where Screw Eyes, let me just look it up. Screw Eyes talks about how he lost his eye, and they have the brain drain shoved down their throat. That sounds like it would have been pretty horrific. Okay, I can't hear that laugh without thinking of a oh, various stubs. Yeah, where'd you come from? Oh yes. A deleted scene gives us information about Screw Eyes. As a kid, he was snoozing near a berry bush, and a berry fell on one of his eyes, causing a hungry crow to peck it out, which is why he has that metal eye. He's now a cynic that believes the world makes no sense and acts accordingly, scaring other people. He also admits that he is understandably afraid of crows and keeps them as company as a means to master his fear. Oh, shame that I had to cut that out. Martin Short's another actor who puts charm into every role he has. But while this is happening, the only thing I'm thinking about is what's going on with dinosaurs and the pterodactyl here. He looks a bit like a human tiger from American Tail now that I think about it. I wonder how they came up with this idea, just to have like this clown here like this, when it comes to like the dinosaurs plot. It's a little bit off in his head. Oh yeah, and he was giving his word, and he tore up the. He gave his word, and he tore up the contract. You know, it's funny because Screw Eyes. I mean, other than that thing with a contract, everything about him is circus, and oh, there they are. They're savage again. I remember when we watched this, and my sister said that their backs are looking cool again. I'm to the colour all of a sudden. It suddenly got really dark. I mean, it fits the mood, but it's just funny considering how bright it was earlier. Ah. Okay, I like Stubbs' character too. He's someone who just wants to help people laugh, but he doesn't really get any sympathies about it. Oh, okay. Now we're entering. Now we're going into Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night. Once again, it feels like really weird things that they shoved in. Those are cool costumes though. Some of these people. Yeah, because some people like it, and that's a bad thing apparently. Because I mean, scary circuses are evil. Apparently, even though some people like being scared, they like horror. Oh, here we go. This is going to be cool. I remember this bit being cool. Oh, nice. I think Screw-Eyes is probably my favourite character in this, to be honest. Oh, nice. He's channeling Mock from Rock and Roll. Oh, and you got real bats there. That's points too. Okay, that's not as scary. Okay, that woman's hair somehow jumping out is probably the weirdest part. Wait, what was with the animation back there? That looks a bit jumpy for people in the crowd. You've never been. Okay, now ghosts. Oh wow, okay, that was having fun. Okay, bubblegum. Oh, okay, you can stop with the wee sound effects. I'm not going to say it because we're never going to stop with it now, are they? Okay, here's your face. Okay, that was pretty. That was pretty good. That bit there got a laugh at me. Okay, now I get explosions. This reminds me of that time I went to an Iron Maiden concert in 2017. Oh, now we get demonic Dumbo. Okay. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of the imagery in between their songs. And that's another reason why this is a cool bit. They're inside a pyramid. And you know, with how omniscient Captain New Eye seems to be, he should have been. He should have kept his eyes on things like this going on. Oh, nice. Okay, that's pretty cool animation there with Rex. You could always just go and track down New Eyes and get his brain grain. Yeah, nice one, New Eyes. It's a cool power though he has, just like hypnotizing with his screw eye. Oh dear. Okay, lazy. Oh no! He removed a chain! And once again, as an idea for Professor Screw Eyes, his character, I like the idea of him being a villain who is a very jumpy guy, so he surrounds himself with scary things to build himself up. That's a cool idea for a villain. Wait, that crow just decided to set the flares up like that? Yeah, it's like that one bit, that one deleted scene with why he's scared of crows. It could explain why the crows turn on him like this, but it just seems like the crows turn on him for no reason. With it like this. I can't listen to Stubbs without thinking of him in a Pebble of a Penguin. Don't let bad happen. Okay, that was a way to poke a teeth like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this is a tense scene, but it's just the way she said, "Let no bad happen," like going Yoda. Don't be a bully boy for these yahoos. That sounds like 80s talk. Don't be a slob spoiling the way the world be. I mean, given that some of Louis' slang is very odd, but this is a pretty... He remembers. So, wait, he doesn't need brain grain at all, just... All he needs is love, apparently. Wait, is that what brain grain is? What? Why didn't he just... And the other dinosaurs and the pterodactyl caused havoc while everyone was distracted by the clapping. Okay, I think his eyes there was probably scarier than most of the things in the circus, to be honest. That was weird. Oh yeah, he's finally back. I've arrived in the last few minutes to claim credit for fixing everything, even though we caused all the problems in this film. I'm more of a lunatic than Professor Screw-Eyes, and I'm supposedly the good guy. Oh yeah, and just destroys a circus that actually did nothing wrong. Yeah, when you think about it... Yeah, when you think about it, Screw-Eyes didn't really do all that bad, to be honest. I mean, apart from that one thing with the dinosaurs, like making the contract to save the... But that was just to save the children, and they were going to sign the contract anyway, so he didn't really do anything all that bad. Oh yeah, because that meant a whole lot. Let no bad happen is a very ambiguous wish. And if you were listening in on everything that was going on, why didn't you come and save them earlier? Why didn't you do what? And why didn't you drop them off at the museum in the first place? You make no sense, Captain. Can you please stop why are children giving each other... I mean, I'm too... With the amount of times that the children are giving each other bedroom eyes. Yeah, he's still not interested. Looking at him, yeah. I'm gonna go and give birth right here. That's how horny I am for you. Yeah, great. Oh, he's back. Stubbs is back. Oh, and Stubbs is gonna come back to quit. I wonder what all the people in the background are just thinking about all this. Oh, now they reacts to him telling his... Okay, that animation was good. Okay. Okay, how much stuff do you have? Is Martin Short doing all this take in one breath? Because that's impressive, if he did. Okay. Okay. I'm going to leave you and all the people in the audience alone. And I'm just going to leave you to your nightmare-inducing fate in the end of it. Yeah, great job, New Eyes! This is freaky, though, this bit. And all the people... And I've just noticed there are people in the audience watching. Yeah, the crow's just... Yeah, this is... Yeah. And for once, there isn't a wee sound effects to take away from the creepiness of it. Yeah. And once again, the deleted scene would have helped to explain why he was scared of crows in the first place and why he always hung around them, despite the fact they could have turned on him at any point, but, you know. Yeah, that was a pretty freaky way to go. Oh, yeah, look, and New Eyes has finally taken him to a museum, even though he should have done that in the first place and stopped all this havoc and his brother dying. Oh, and there's the idiot herself. who noticed them over and over and over. Most of them were caused by an idiot. So much of... yeah, sure. If you say so, Julian Bleeb. She looks a bit like a human version of a wardrobe from a smaller version of a wardrobe from a Beauty and Beast now, if I think about it. Oh, and those were sisters from earlier, and they're actually getting along with each other. I guess they're just solved off screen. I got the worst name in history. Seriously, why name him Dweeb, not on New Eyes? And that was how we almost got killed by an idiot who couldn't bother to drive to make us travel a few more miles. Oh, okay. Somehow. Oh wait, her parents just somehow decided to. When did that? Okay, that was a bit sudden. When did they decide to do that? All right. The only thing I learned from this story is that Professor New Eyes, Captain New Eyes, is a psycho who nearly endangered New York City because he couldn't bother to drive a few more miles to get something done. Okay, but I guess the bird learned not to run away from a circus at least. And there he goes to continue playing golf. Where's he live? Oh, back at the... Wait a minute, how do people... Wait, if they're supposed to be at the Museum of National History and just pretend to be statues until the children's are back, aren't the adults going to see him in the golf course like that? Okay. What do I say about this film? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I mean, the animation in this is really nice. I do really like the animation of this. No matter what they're working with, the voice cast is trying their hardest. And as weird as the element was, that musical moment with Roll Back the Rock, that was an interesting song. I can see why people consider this film to be a guilty pleasure, at least. And like Pebble and the Penguin, I can say that it's not a film that I would say is really good, but there are some things that I did enjoy in it. Once again, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure. But yeah, I think you can probably notice my main problems with this is that Captain New Eyes is the biggest idiot in the whole film. He just decided, for this guy who has a radio where he could listen in on children's wishes and dreams, everyone's wishes and dreams, the thing he decides to focus on is bringing dinosaurs to New York City. He, instead of just taking them straight to the Museum of Natural History, just dropped them straight into the city in the river, nearly drowning them. If I hadn't come across that raft of Louis, they probably would have drowned. So yeah, great one. So yeah, with him being like nearly omnipotent and keeping a listen to everything going on at once, like what the characters are saying. You would have thought he could have stepped in to help more, like when the kids are wishing for worried about the dinosaurs, like being in trouble or things like that, or wanting to save them. He should have stepped in sooner. A lot of the problems would have been solved if Captain New Eyes and Julian Bleeb had a few more brain cells to them. Because how many times does Julian Bleeb end up going past them? And I don't care if she doesn't have the correct glasses on. She should be able to notice if there's something like dinosaur-sized right in front of her, or she should have been there sooner if she knew that. If she knew that the dinosaurs were going to be waiting for them, probably put up a sign like her saying "Dinosaurs wait here." Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Cecilia flirting with Louis. I mean, in the 90s, maybe it didn't look as that bad, like the kids being a cute scene, like having a crush on each other, But now, considering that the characters are minors, it does look pretty strange for Cecilia to be giving Louis bedroom eyes and constantly flirting with him like that. I don't know. It just feels weird. And the number of times that she tries to jump on him, that feels I don't know. And Elsa seems to have a crush on Rex for some parts of it, but Rex is genuinely not comfortable about it. It only comes up in like 2 or 3 scenes, and nothing really happens with it, so that doesn't really reveal a whole lot. Rex and Elsa are the only two of the characters from prehistory that have any character to them, really. Woog and Dweeb, they don't really have a whole lot going on with them. That little strange Martian thing, yeah, where did he come from? That was another weird thing that happened. We have talking birds, for some reason. Something about the parents noticing the children picking on their youngest son, and they don't do anything to stop them, so that's another great thing there. And I feel really bad saying this, but I think that one thing that I do have to legitimately criticise the film for is sometimes when it comes to, like, okay, cartoon sound effects have like a time and place to be used. It's like if you're trying to be comedic and it's supposed to be and it's used sparingly, and it shows like how weird a certain moment is or something that's going over the top, it can work. But if you throw them in if you throw them in way too much, and you also have points where they're thrown in at Professor Screwey's circus, where it's trying to be like serious or more scary, the wee sound effects doesn't work. It just sucks out a lot of the drama that you're trying to go for. It just feels a little bit like they went a little bit too heavy on sound effects there. And it just seems a little bit like a lot of the film is just like the characters just like running around New York City and just like apparently causing havoc, and either people take too long to notice that the dinosaurs are there, or okay, you had dinosaurs like running about, and everyone noticed it. And okay, we're just at the end of the credits there, and people noticing them, and at the end of it, it's like it's never addressed again. It's like there isn't anything to do with the police noticing anything to do with like the dinosaurs coming around, or something to do with like a cover up by New Eyes, like trying to do something like what the Men in Black do whenever there's something strange happening on, where they wipe people's memories to make sure that it's covered up. I don't know. It just feels like there's plot holes a little bit like that, and once again, people just seem to be a little bit too blasé about just coming across prehistoric creatures just out of nowhere. And I wonder how it would have happened. I mean, once again, the whole butterfly effects thing. You've got New Eyes taking things from prehistory and then just going forward and shoving them in. And I mean, sure, he's got his brain grain, but I mean, this is strange. I forgot how strange this film is. So yeah, it's got really good animation. I like Professor Screw Eyes is a really good villain. I like his concept as a villain, even if you ask me, there are some points where he doesn't really come across as all that evil. Which I mean, isn't bad for an antagonist to have them. It's an interesting idea for in a children's film not to have them be flat out evil and just be more like just on the opposing side somehow, like bit like being driven by fear as opposed to dreams like New Eyes is. But when you consider what New Eyes does and how many problems he causes due to his incompetence, I'd say Screw Eyes is more likable than New Eyes is. Funnily enough, I find myself siding more with Screw Eyes because all he really does is run an evil circus, and when it comes to the kids like signing a contract, I mean there was that one bit when he pressed Louis's finger to the contract, but he was going to sign it anyway, and he reached forward with a pen, and at first he even said, "This is no place for children." So yeah, it just seems a little bit strange that they would paint Screw Eyes as the villain and kill him off that way, when he didn't really seem to be all that evil. I don't know, it's just my thoughts on this, but it honestly felt a lot like some elements, like Stubbs, where it felt a bit superfluous in the long run. Because I mean, he had that funny moment when he was like playing off of Screw Eyes, and he told him off at the end. But I mean, you could have cut Stubbs out, and it wouldn't really have changed a whole lot. It feels like another one of those elements in the film that I had an idea for him, but it just wasn't really fleshed out enough, or wasn't fully realised. And once again, I felt that Screw Eyes wasn't really much of a villain, per se. The kids were going to sign his contract to go to the circus anyway, and he just runs a circus running off of people's fears. And as I said, many people like horror media, and I like to be scared. If anything, New Eyes, the good guy who goes around kidnapping dinosaurs and a pterodactyl, and just forcing them to become smart with his brain grain, was probably one of the... I mean, yes, Screw Eyes... is no saint by any means, but I mean, New Eyes isn't completely innocent either, so it just makes a New Eyes whole character questionable to me. I don't hate the film. I think it's harmless. It's if you want to watch this film, more power to you. Especially, I can see reasons why it's gained like a cult following, but for me, it's like, once again, like Pebble and the Penguin, it's just okay. It's not terrible, it's not great, it's okay. I mean, I'm glad I saw it again, just to see how it shapes up like 20 years after I've seen it for the first time when I was younger, but I don't think I'll see it again. It was alright. And that's just my final thoughts on it. So let me just have a look-see to see which films I'm going to do for my next live reaction here. And the next one is, oh dear, Raggedy Ann and Andy, A Musical Adventure. Let the craziness continue with even more insane films. I have seen this one a little bit more recently, but a live reaction will be fun with this one, I imagine. So I hope you enjoyed my live reaction, everybody, and I hope that you... stay tuned for my Raggedy Ann and Andy live reaction, and I'll talk to you all later. I also have a Coffee account now, so if you enjoyed my live reaction and would like to support any future live reactions from me, I still plan to record these anyway, just as my hobby. I don't plan to put any of my content that I post onto YouTube or on DeviantArt or any other piece of social media behind any paywalls, so only if you want to leave a tip, just as much or as little as you are comfortable with supporting my channel, or just a comment or a favourite on my video, as that's also just a way to support me and my channel and any further content from me. And just keep an eye out for any strange blimps that fly out overhead, because you never know, an insane captain who decides to just like drop dinosaurs on people as opposed to go like a few more miles just to go to a museum of natural history, where they're supposed to be going. He'd likely like drop them on your head, and if you're not careful, he might cause tons of property damage. So talk to you all later, everybody. Duckyworth out. Bye, everyone.